Thanksgiving meal. Knowing what to do with that extra turkey, the sides, and the desserts can help prevent your family from getting a foodborne illness. Well, Laura Jobe is a registered dietitian with Cone Health Nutrition and Diabetes Education Services, and she joins us this morning with some advice on how to take care of those leftovers the safe way. You don't want to waste food, but you also don't want anybody to get sick.
That's right. So think about the day before and how long was the food out. Really, food should only be left out for a couple of hours after it's cooked and put straight away into the refrigerator, somewhere where it's less than 40 degrees. So.
And if you have a lot of leftovers, is it a good idea to kind of separate them out too from, like, maybe the meats or the vegetables and that type of thing?
Yes, it depends how fast it's going to be used up. Another option though would be to put it into little Tupperwares or something where you can make your own kind of little TV dinners for a later event. And so that's going to go straight in the freezer. So of course that would be just fine.
That's a great idea. So you could like literally section out, maybe your potatoes with your turkey or ham and put it all in one thing and then freeze it, and then you'll have something that you can take to work and throw in the microwave or something.
Yes. Perfect.
I like that. What about using the broth? Do you have any ideas for that type of thing?
Yeah, so when you put the broth in the refrigerator, of course the fat comes to the top.
Right.
And you're going to peel all that fat off, throw the fat away, because that's that saturated fat that's not so good for us. And then we're going to put the broth, you can freeze it in larger amounts in the freezer or freeze it in an ice cube tray and then pop that out and put that in Ziploc bags. And those individual pieces of frozen broth can be put in vegetables to season them through for a while then after the holidays. Or I like to take that, another idea would be to take that homemade broth and to make a soup with it. Sometimes we've got the relish trays, the carrots and the celery and all that good stuff. Just chop those up with maybe some onions and make a soup with the broth. Add some of that leftover turkey, maybe some rice or some noodles, or just make it a veggie and turkey. Yeah.
That sounds really good. One of the things that you want to make sure is that you practice safety when you're handling the food too. So always, wash your hands and things like that, right?
Yes, certainly during food prep. Anything that has touched, any meat that has touched a surface needs to be thoroughly washed.
If you have leftover turkey, how long is it good for, typically, in the refrigerator?
I would say 3 days. 3 or 4 days is fine. Now the stuffing itself, if it's actually gone in the bird, I'd say about a day. If it's not gone in the bird, probably 3 days would be fine.
And the desserts, cakes and stuff like that, they don't last. But if you're lucky enough to have leftovers,
there is an overabundance, and I think, if it's got a cream base to it, then put it in the refrigerator. But sometimes we just need to know when to throw it away because we've had so much already during the season.
Agreed.
So.
Agreed. So there you go. Just a few tips when it comes to food safety and leftovers. Thanks so much for being here.
House Call on Fox 8 is sponsored by Cone Health.